Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing, where today we are going to be continuing to read Homer's Iliad. So, let's just crack on, shall we? To whom the leader of the Dardan race, be calm nor Phoebus' honour gift disgrace. The distant dart be praised, though here we need the rushing chariot and the bounding steed. Against yon hero let us bend our course, and hand to hand encounter force with force. Now mount my seat, and from the chariot's height observe my father's steeds renowned in fight. Practised alike to turn, to stop, to chase, to dare the shock or urge the rapid race. Secure with these through fighting fields we go, or safe to Troy, if Jove assists the foe. Haste, seize the whip and snatch the guiding rein, the warrior's fury let this arm sustain. Or if to combat thy bold heart incline, take thou the spear, the chariot's care be mine. O Prince, Lycaon's valiant son replied, as thine the steeds, be thine the task to guide. The horses practised to their lord's command shall bear the rein and answer to thy hand. But if unhappy we desert the fight, thy voice alone can animate their flight. Else shall our fates be numbered with the dead, and these the victor's prize in triumph led. Thine be the guidance, then, with spear and shield. Myself will charge this terror of the field. And now both heroes mount the glittering car, the bounding coursers rush amidst the war. Their fierce approach bold Sthenelus espied, who thus alarmed to great Tydides cried, O friend, two chiefs of force immense I see, dreadful they come and bend their rage on thee. Lo, the brave heir of old Lycaon's line, and great Cneus, sprung from race divine. Enough is given to fame, ascend thy car, and save a life, the bulwark of our war. At this the hero cast a gloomy look, fixed on the chief with scorn, and thus he spoke. Me dost thou bid to shun the coming fight? Me wouldst thou move to base inglorious flight? No, 'tis not honest in my soul to fear, nor was Tydides born to tremble here. I hate the cumbrous chariot's slow advance, and the long distance of the flying lance. But while my nerves are strong, my force entire, thus front the foe, and emulate my sire. Nor shall yon steeds that fierce to fight convey, those threatening heroes bear them both away. One chief at least beneath this arm shall die, so Pallas tells me and forbids to fly. But if she dooms, and if no god withstand, that both shall fall by one victorious hand, then heed my words, my horses here detain, fixed to the chariot by the straitened rein. Swift to Cneus' empty seat proceed, and seize the coursers of ethereal breed, the race of those which once the thundering god, 146, for ravished Ganymede on Tros bestowed, the best that e'er on earth's broad surface run, beneath the rising or the setting sun. Hence great Anchises stole a breed unknown, by mortal mares from fierce Laomedon. 4 of this race his ample stalls contain, and 2 transport Cneus o'er the plain. These were the rich immortal prize our own, through the wide world should make our glory known. Thus while they spoke, the foe came furious on, and stern Lycaon's warlike race begun. Prince, thou art met, though late in vain assailed, the spear may enter where the arrow failed. He then shook the ponderous lance and flung On his broad shield the sounding weapon rung, pierced the tough orb, and in his cuirass hung. He bleeds, the pride of Greece, the boaster cries. Our triumph now the mighty warrior lies. Mistaken vaunter, Diomed replied, thy dart has erred, and now my spear be tried. Ye scape not both, one headlong from his car, with hostile blood shall glut the god of war. He spoke, and rising hurled his forceful dart, which driven by Pallas pierced a vital part. Full in his face it entered, and betwixt the nose and eyeball the proud Lycian fixed. Crashed all his jaws, and cleft the tongue within, till the bright point looked out beneath the chin. Headlong he falls, his helmet knocks the ground. Earth groans beneath him, and his arms resound. The starting coursers tremble with affright. The soul indignant seeks the realms of night. To guard his slaughtered friend Cneus flies, his spear extended where the carcass lies. Watchful he wheels, protects it every way, as the grim lion stalks around his prey. O'er the fallen trunk his ample shield displayed, he hides the hero with his mighty shade, and threats aloud the Greeks with longing eyes. Behold at distance, but forbear the prize. Then fierce Tydides stoops, and from the fields, heaved with vast force, a rocky fragment wields. Not two strong men the enormous weight could raise, such men as live in these degenerate days. 147. He swung it round, and gathering strength to throw, discharged the ponderous ruin at the foe. Where to the hip the inserted thigh unites, full on the bone the pointed marble lights. Through both the tendons broke the rugged stone, and stripped the skin, and cracked the solid bone. Sunk on his knees, and staggering with his pains, his falling bulk his bended arm sustains. Lost in a dizzy mist the warrior lies, a sudden cloud comes swimming o'er his eyes. There the brave chief, who mighty numbers swayed, oppressed had sunk to death's eternal shade. But heavenly Venus, mindful of the love, she bore Anchises in the Idaean grove. His danger views with anguish and despair, and guards her offspring with a mother's care. About her much-loved son her arms she throws, her arms whose whiteness match the falling snows. Screened from the foe behind her shining veil, the swords wave harmless, and the javelins fail. Safe through the rushing horse and feathered flight of sounding shafts she bears him from the fight. Nor Sthenelus, with unassisting hands, remained unheedful of his lord's commands. His panting steeds removed from out the war, he fixed with straightened traces to the car. Next rushing to the Dardan's spoil, detains the heavenly coursers with the flowing manes. These in proud triumph to the fleet conveyed, no longer now a Trojan lord bade. That charge to bold Deipylus he gave, whom most he loved as brave men love the brave. Then mounting on his car, resumed the reign, and followed where Tydides swept the plain. And with that, we are actually going to end the reading there, because this particular paragraph could go on a little bit too long overall. So we are going to end it there. We still have quite a bit of that book to read. We have 132 drawings to draw. We've still got paper to collect, actually. We haven't actually been back to collect paper in a while. Oh, and we need to go and visit the ancient, I guess, treasure hoard that we've smashed the glass of, or crystal glass, whatever it is. We've made a crack in it. So in theory that should be gone or shattered or something by the time we get there. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon or night, no matter what time of day it is. I hope you have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.